Okay, before we come to tutorial question, let's have a look with the some updates about the assessment. Okay, can you hear me clear? Can you hear me clear and see my screen?
Yes, Miss. Can hear and see your screen.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, this is some updates. Last week when I see you for the first time, when I did the introduction, I did mention to you they may have some changes on the assessment. Okay, it's already finalized. So I'm going to update you about the assessment here. Okay, so you see last week, okay, last week you can see the changes is only happen on the in-course assessment. For your information, the changes is only happen on the in-course assessment. So last week, okay, when I show you the in-course assessment, you can see there are 4 quizzes, okay? But now the new assessment method, okay, so which is start from your batch, okay, your batch. And this is mainly the new assessment method we use when we have online classes, okay? So we are not sure what is going to happen in the future, okay, but it's okay for your batch, right? You're concerned about your intake. Okay, so for your batch, this is the first batch we start this new assessment method. So basically, we trying to combine some of the assessment. That means earlier we have 4 quizzes, but now we are going to have 2 tests instead of 4 quizzes. Okay, so remember the previous one, we have first 2 quizzes are assessed on the trigonometry. Okay, so but now, okay, but now the test 1, we are going to have 2 tests instead of 4 quizzes. So the first test we are going to assess on the trigonometry. Okay, so we are not going to split into 2 assessments, but only 1 assessment assessed on trigonometry. And then for test 2, okay, we are going to assess on matrices instead of quiz 3, quiz 4 assess matrices. Okay, so that means from 4 quizzes become 2 tests. Okay, so for test 1, okay, will be 25%, which is will be conducted around week 5, okay, and for test 2, assess on matrices, 25% as well, the weightage. So will be conducted around week 9, okay, week 5 and week 9, okay. So for the trigonometry, normally, actually for each topics, we'll use about 3 weeks to we'll spend about 3 weeks to get it done, okay? So basically, when it comes to week 5, it's already 1 or 2 weeks after already done the topics for trigonometry. And for matrices, it's also around that, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks after, or 2 weeks after we have done the matrices, then we are going to have test 2. So suppose students to have enough time to actually prepare for the test. As a conclusion, for your in-course assessment, you only have 2, test 1 and test 2, right? And there's no change on the final exam. It still remains as the, what I told you last week. So it's assessed on the last 2 topics, 50%. Okay, so the total in-course still 50%. And then, now let's look at the duration. So for the test, right? Okay, someone unmute the mic. Can you please mute your mic, please? Okay. Okay, so now let's continue. So each test is actually with the duration of 1.5 hours. Okay, 1 hour 30 minutes, 1.5 hours. So normally when come to online assessment, if we have a test of 1.5 hours, I will provide another additional 30 minutes for you to upload, to compile the file and upload and submit your file. Okay, So, but the duration to answer the question is 1.5 hours. Okay. So, is that clear? Do you have any questions you want to ask about the new assessment method? I think I will update these. I will upload this introduction slide into Team. Okay, I will upload this slide into Team. Huh? Okay, so let me have a snipping tool to copy this in the chat box. Okay, but later I will still upload the new introduction slide. Okay, so for your reference. So is there any question you want to ask about the new assessment method? Is that clear?
Hi, Miss.
Yes.
The final exam is still, the time is given 2 hours, right?
Yes, correct.
And then another 30 minutes for uploading the thing, right?
Yes, so in the total 2.5 hours. You are right.
Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay. Come. Okay. Any other question? Clear about the new assessment method? Okay. So since we have a new assessment method, so your first in-course assessment will not come so soon. If let's say according to what I briefed you last week, so suppose week 3 you already have the first quiz, but since we already changed to the new assessment method, then you will expecting the first test coming in around week 5. So one assessment before the mid of the semester, and another is after the mid of the semester. Okay, if let's say no question, okay, then I will continue with the tutorial question, right? Okay. So these are the tutorial questions. So I think today for these 2 hours, we will just spend on our tutorial. Okay. But before that, let me have a look with, we start with questions number 2. So for questions number 2 is to find the aerial. Okay, aerial and remember when come to the aerial, what is the formula that we used? Right, so just for your recap, so we have gone through about this, right? So this is what we have discussed during the last class. Okay, so I think for the questions number 2A and 2B should be quite a simple one, right? Because it's exactly like what our formula have, right? Can I have 2 students to give me the working and also the answer? Okay, you can just maybe type, it's just a very simple one, right? Can I have students? Okay. So let me start from the, okay, I think today everyone will have a chance to. Okay, so maybe today I should start from the, okay, it's okay. We start from the beginning. Excel? Excel, right? Okay, Excel for students number 1. Can you share your, maybe just type in the chat box, okay? The questions 2A, 2A, okay? So for example, how you get the answer, half times what, okay? Then questions 2B, next students, Benny, can you just put it in the chat box? And then the answer as well. Have you done this question, these 2 questions? Can I have Excel and Benny to say yes, so I know you are, okay, Excel already come out the question, the answer. Okay, half times 12 times 5 equals to 30. Okay, So this is a solution from Excel. Okay, so this is the answer for questions 2A. 2A is a simple one. It's a right angle triangle. Okay. Okay, so it's 1 over 2 times the height, which is 12 times the base 5, so which is 30. Okay, correct. Okay, then how about part B? Benny, for questions 2B?
Miss, I'm typing.
Okay, can. Okay, then for questions 2C, right? 2C looks a bit different with the formulas given, but actually we can also solve using the same formula, right? Can I have any students to give me the answer for 2C? I open to any students for 2C. So Sutesh, you are saying that for question C, right? Yes, correct. 24. Okay. Yep. Okay, so now from Benny. Okay. Okay, so this is for questions 2B. Okay, so which is half? Okay, multiply with base, which is 7. Then multiply with the height of 5. So 17.5. Yes, correct. Okay, this is in meter. So meter square. Okay, then for the, okay. So some students sharing, okay, the solution for C, right? Okay, so even though C looks different with the two triangles that I put it in the slide, but we can still using the same formula to calculate these types of triangle, right? Okay, so that means which is half times B times H, right? Okay, so we can still take the 8 multiply by 8, then multiply with the height, which is 6, okay? And we get our answer as 24, right? Okay, as shared by students, 24. And this is in cm, so cm square. Okay, so this is a questions number 2. Okay, clear? Okay, so number 2 done. Then we have following questions, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, so I would like to share the answers here. Okay, so maybe I write the answer in the, you check your answer if you're already done. Okay. So that you can check. Okay, so I put all my answer in 2 decimal places. Okay. So if you're already done, then you can check. So for this one, X is 69.28. You can check your answer right now. Okay. So then maybe if we don't have time, then we can focus on those that we are, you have a doubt. Okay. So this one. We have 2 answers here, 3.35 and 10. Okay. So you're checking your answer now, right? Okay, so while I'm writing, then you can check, or you can write it down. Okay, if it's wrong, you write it down, the answer first. Then later we go through the discussion. So for number 5, okay, 60.86. For number 6, 20.81. For number 7, 60 meter. Okay, number 8. Number 8, 10.56. Number 9, 129.90. Okay, then number 10. Number 10, we have 37.66. Unknown. Oh, this one you need to determine the unknown. So there's a lot of unknowns here, right? Okay, so that means the x is 37.66. The x, then the p is actually 60. The b is actually 44.04. The h is 116.6. And the p is 11.17. Okay, get the answer right? Okay. So for 11, you have to find the area. So this is 14.79. This is 29.94. And this is 32.52. Okay, so 12. Okay, so you have another C will be 80 degree. Then you have AB as 7.21. BC as 5.18. And the area is 15.29 cm square. Okay, so for B, we have angle P as 50.48 degree, Q as 58.99, PQR as 70.53, and last, the area. Okay, so this is the area. Okay, then for 13, okay, 36.33. Okay, done. Can I scroll down? Get the answer ready, right? Okay. So number 14, 5512.54. 15, the length and the angle. Okay, there are two answers required. The length and the angle. Length, which is 40.25 cm. Then the angle is 126.05. degree. Okay, number 6. Get it, huh? Okay, 40.25 and 126.05. Okay, 16. Okay, done, huh? Okay, 16, they are A and B. So for A, the answer is 11.43. B, the answer is 17.55. $17. 4 hours. Okay, 193.04. Number 18, about 150. So, okay, 19 and 20. Sorry, wait, C, 326.59 and 450. Okay, get all the answer. Okay, sorry, here there's a point, and all radian,
Miss, can scroll up a bit
can.
to question 15 and then question 7.
Wait, I scroll up for, okay, here, 16.
No, 15.
15, yeah, 15.
And 7.
7, is it?
Seventeen.
17, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done, Miss.
You're done, okay, sorry, there is a point, I write the point, but it's not appeal, okay, 10.56 for number 8, I saw the point is missing. Why all my points is missing? Okay. Okay. 17, okay, just now there's a student asked for 17, right? Okay, let me see whether my point is missing. Hold on, some of my points is missing. Point, okay. 11.43, 17.55, this one also there is a point.
Miss, and number 18 also. 18. Miss, 18, that should be 2 answers, right?
Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, part A and part B. So, length of fencing. Okay, the 150 is for the A, and the 3 angles to enclose the prod. Okay, 3 angles of the triangular prod. Okay, so for part B, there are 3 angles. Sorry, for B, 3 angles. Oh, yeah. So the angles. Okay, they are, hold on. Oh, okay. The 3 angles are 70, 47.29, 62.71. 70, 47.29, 62.71. Okay? Yep. They are part A and part B. Okay?
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Yep.
Miss, I would like to ask question 7. How many decimal places did you round it up to? Because your answer was 60. My final answer was 60.08.
But I think question 7, they require to the nearest meter.
Oh, okay.
Normally, when the questions didn't mention anything, I will normally correct to 2 decimal places. Okay. Then, except there are some requirement from the questions. Okay. Yeah. By the way, 18, is it done? The answers for 18.
Sorry, miss?
Someone. Okay. Answer for 18, is it done?
Yes, miss.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 17, the question asks for the in meter. Sorry, determine the height of the to the. Okay, so there's something missing here. Determine the height of the tower to the blah 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 in meter. Okay, there's something missing here. So I take it as a nearest of the meter. Okay, but doesn't matter. Okay, so we're not sure what is the missing part. Okay, so my original answers is actually 60.08. So I write it here so for you to check. Okay, so I guess it's they require to the nearest meter, so I put 60 meter, but doesn't matter. Okay, so 60.08 is fine as well. Okay, okay, now let's start for the discussion. Okay, so for your information, they should have a multiple ways to actually solve the question. Okay, there's a multiple way to solve the questions. Okay, so let's start with number 3. Okay. Okay, so for questions number 3, right? Okay. You need to determine the values of the x and y. So as given here, can you see it clear where is the x and y? Okay. So the x, this is a y, this is a x. You need to find the x and also y. Okay. Then they give you the triangle. Okay. Then you need to find the value x and y. Okay, so we have learned about the trigonometric sine, tangent, cosine. So if you deal with the right angle triangle, you can priority look at whether can solve by using tangent, sine, and cosine. And if let's say you ask to find the length of the triangle, so maybe for the right angle triangle, you can see whether you can solve using theorem of Pythagoras. So if let's say all these cannot, then you can try using the sine rule and also the cosine rule. Okay, but if let's say you deal with the triangle that is not a right angle triangle, definitely you can't using the tangent, sine and cosine. And you can't use the theorem of Pythagoras also. Then you have to use the sine rule or the cosine rule. Okay, okay, so now let's look at questions number 3. Okay, so for questions number 3, right? Okay, what is the way we can use to actually solve this? Okay, so okay, so can you see for these questions, right? Okay, the y and x is actually is the length for the two sides of this triangle. Okay, this is the triangle, right? For the x and y, right? Okay, for the unknowns of the x and y. Okay, so now, okay, then you may need to find the, if you want to using the sine rule, okay, we need some angles. Okay, so let's see if we can find what is the angles we can find here. Can you see this part? Since the angle here is 116, so we can take 180 minus 116, so we get 64 degree over here. Okay, but can you see if I want to find the values of the x with the angles is not enough, right? Okay, you can also try to get these angles. Okay, so 180 minus 90 minus 64, you will get 26 here, right? Okay, so we need the length of the side. Okay, so what is the possible length that we can find over here? Okay, so can you see here we already have 100 mm. Okay, so it's possible that we can get the length of this side. That means here, right? The length here. Okay, it's possible that we can get the length here. Okay, so let's try to find the length here. Okay, let's say I label this as a R. Here is as a P, right? Okay, so let's say I try to find the length of a PR. Okay, so if I want to find the length of PR, I can using sine rule. Okay, sine rule. So PR at the top is unknown. Okay, so what is the opposite, the angle corresponding to the PR? So the angle should be here, right? Okay, this one should be 40. So this is sine 40. Okay, then equals to, okay, so there's another length that we know which is 100. Okay, for these triangles, I'm considering the triangle of the PRQ. Okay, then what is the, okay, for 100 millimeter, what is the corresponding angle? So the corresponding angle is actually here. Okay, so I can get the this angle as well, 180 minus 40 minus 116, so I get 24, right? So this is sine 24 degree. Okay, then I can find PR as a sine 40 degree times 100 over sine 24. So I can get 158.04, right? 158.04, okay? That is the length for PR. Okay, once I get the length for PR, okay, then I can proceed to use the sine rule to find the x and also to find the y. The x is here and the y is here. Okay, so next part, okay, sine rule. I'm still using sine rule. Okay, I would like to find x, let's say, okay? So for x, right, the corresponding angle will be 26. So sine 26. Okay, then there is a length that we already know, right? So I already find the length here, PR, which is 158.04, right? Okay, so 158.04 divided by, what is the corresponding angle? The angle is 90 degrees, sine 90. Okay, so I can solve for the x. Sine 26 times 158.04 divided by sine 90. So sine 90 is actually equals to 1, right? Okay, then we can able to get the x as 69.28. Okay, 69.28. Okay, so now the next is the y. I already got the x, so the next is the y. Can any students tell me how to find y? Okay, can I have next students to tell me how to find y? Ila, Alam. Okay, Alam. How to
Ilalam.
find? Sorry.
By Pythagoras theorem.
Ilalam. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ilalam. Okay, how to find y?
By Pythagoras theorem.
By
Pythagoras theorem, miss.
theorem of Pythagoras, is it? By the theorem.
Yeah.
Can also. Okay, so yes, you can use a theorem to find, since you already know what is the values for the x and also the values for the hypotenuse, right? So okay, that means we should have a y squared. Okay, or I directly put as a y. Okay, so y equals to square root of, okay, okay, so Ilalam, can you tell me what is inside the square root? What should I put?
158.04.
158.04 squared, then?
Multiply by, or
Is it multiply? Minus?
No, it's addition. Minus, yeah, sorry.
Minus?
Minus x, which is 69.28 squared.
Okay, correct. Okay, so yes, can use a theorem since you already find sum of the length. Okay, so square root. Okay, when you use different method, right, or when you correct to different decimal places, so your answers and my answer will be slightly different. Okay, so here is yeah, it's still the same, 142.04. Okay, Okay, so this is how we get questions number 3. Okay, okay, next, is that clear so far, students? Number 3,
Clear,
is that
miss.
clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yes, clear, miss. Clear.
Okay, so then we'll move on to number 4. Okay, so for 4 and onwards, for this type of the questions, I will encourage you to draw out. Okay, based on the scenario given, try to draw out, okay, the triangles and all these things, so it will be easier for you to get, okay, the problems, get to understand the problems, okay. Okay, so for questions number 4, right? Okay, a ladder of 3.5 meter long is actually placed against a perpendicular wall with its foot 1 meter from the wall. Okay, so that means a ladder is 3.5 meter long. Okay. Okay, 3.5 meter long and against a perpendicular wall. So let's say this is a perpendicular wall, right? So this is your ladder. So 3.5 meter long. Okay, and then they say it's placed it with its foot 1 meter from the wall. So that means here is 1 meter away from the wall. Okay, so how far up the wall does the ladder reach in meter? Okay, so that means you need to find what is the ladder can reach. Okay, so this is the height. So let's say I make it easy, I label it as a ABC. So this is perpendicular, so 90 degree. So that means here you would like to find the AC and you can solve using theorem of Pythagoras, right? Okay, can I have a students to tell me how to solve this? Kritakon? How to solve AC?
Actually, when I use the cosine rule, miss.
You're using cosine rule. Okay.
Cosine 90 degrees, but there becomes 0. I mean, it's the same thing, yeah, same thing.
But this one is much more easier if you're using the theorem, right?
Yeah. I mean, in the end, the calculation also looks the same.
Yeah, suppose, yes. Okay,
Because
doesn't
cosine
matter.
90 is 0.
Okay, so you're using cosine rule. Okay, I will try to pick the easiest way, okay, which is using the theorem. Okay, so that means the square root of...
Square root of 3.5 meters square minus 1 meter square.
Okay, yeah, correct. Okay, and when we solve it, we get 3.35 meter. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we get the answer for this one, right? Okay, then next one, if the foot of the ladder is now moved 30 cm further away from the wall. Okay, further, okay, further away. So when it gets further away, then that means now this is instead of 1 meter, but become 1.3, okay, meter. 30 cm further away, 1.3 meter. And of course, the ladder is still the same, 3.5. Okay, my drawing not so good, I know. Okay, so, but the ladder is still the same, ladder won't go longer. Okay, so it's still 3.5. Okay, now, how far does the top of the ladder fall in cm? So can you see the ladder will fall, right? Okay, but before we measure the how much is actually fall, let's measure what is the new height right now. So let's say I have C, D, E. Okay, let's measure the CE. Okay. So when we measure the CE this time, same using the theorem, 3.5 square minus 1.3 square, and I will get 3.25. Okay, so that means this time is 3.25. Previously is 3.35. So they say how far does the top fall? That means it's 3.35 minus 3.25, and then you get 0.1 meter, right? Meter, but the question asks for cm. You have to be careful. So that means 0.1 meter is 10 cm. Okay, so is that number 4 is clear?
Miss, why do we have to minus like 3.25 minus 3.25?
Oh, because they say how far does the top of the ladder fall in cm? Because when you move your ladder 30 cm further away from the wall, the ladder will definitely fall. You get what I'm trying to tell you? The ladder will definitely fall. Because when you want to move the ladder 30 cm further away, okay, so when I say, can you see initially is 1 cm, now you move 30 cm further away, so the ladder will fall. So that means after you move 30 cm further away, can you see from 3.35 the height, it becomes 3.25. And the question 1, how far does the top of the ladder fall? How much is fall? So that's why we minus.
Oh, okay, Miss. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. So next. Okay, number 5. Okay, so I move to next page. Okay, so next question. A surveyor measures the angle of elevation of the top of the perpendicular building as 19 degree. He moves 120. Okay, so can you see this angle of elevation, right? So you need to understand what is means by angle of elevation, right? Remember, we go through angle of elevation and angle of depression. So angle of elevation supposed to be referring to the angle when we look up, okay? Okay, so the angle of elevation of the top of a perpendicular building is 19 degree. He moves 120 meter nearer the building and finds the angle of elevation is now 47. When he go nearer, then is become 40, the angle become 47. Okay, so I try to draw out the triangle. Okay, draw a bigger one. Okay, so let's say this is a building. This one is a building. Okay, this one is a building. So I draw as a triangle. Okay, this one is a building. So a surveyor, he actually measured the angle of elevation of the top of the building. The top of the building is here, right? So the elevation is actually 19 degree. Okay, so remember the angle of elevation must be measured with the horizontal line. So this is a horizontal line, right? 19 degree. Okay, now when we don't know how far of the surveyor from the building, we don't know how far, but later he tell, okay, when he moves 120 meter nearer, okay, nearer, so let's say here to the building, so that means here is 120 meter, okay, then that means now his position is here, and the angle of elevation is now 47 degree. Okay, so here is 90 degree. Okay, so this is the about the question. Okay, then you ask to determine the height of the building in meter. Okay. Okay, so this is about the question. So you need to understand this one first. If you don't understand about the angle of elevation, you don't understand the questions, then the rest will be wrong. Okay, so that's why I always suggest the students to draw the triangle. Okay, now, so you need to find the height of the building. That means here. Okay, so this is what you want to find. Okay, this is what you want to find. Okay, now, so what is the rules that we can use to find this question? Okay, okay, what is the rules we can use to find this question? So, or anyone can share the solutions for these questions? Can we have next students? Junho, have you done this question? Number 5. Junho, yes or no? Have you done this question? Yes, okay, so please share your solution. Can you snap the photo of your solution? Okay, so just now I tried to draw the triangle and explain so everybody understand about the problem, okay? And to ensure that all of you are doing the right, okay, drawing a right triangle. Okay, so we're waiting for Junho to post his solution, okay? So Junho, you just snap the photo of your solution and then you just post it. Okay, so this one is 66. Now, Junho, are you posting it now? your solution? Yes, huh? Okay. Okay, so let me see the solution from, this is number 5, right? Or where is your solution? Huh? Okay, so I'm kind of trying to locate where is your solution. Okay. You are not using sine rule, is it? You are using tangent, is it, to solve it? Okay. Okay, so I'm okay. Y'all may have a look. Okay, but I'm okay. So sometimes these are the questions. I think he will understand better his way of doing it. So he using the tangent. He's not using the sine rule. But as I say, there are multiple ways to do it. Okay. Okay, okay, so maybe I will just show my way of doing it so y'all can also have a look. There are multiple ways, so this is another optional way. So I'm not sure which one will be easier to you. Okay, so he's sharing what he did here. Okay, so let's say I'm sharing my way of doing it. Okay, so now, okay, let's say I would like to find these heights, right? Okay, then let's say I would like to label it as A, B, C, and D. Okay, let's say I label it as a triangle. Okay, A, B, C, and D. So it would be easier for me to explain. Okay, so I'm using sine rule. Okay, and I'm trying to find the length of the AD first. I would like to find the length here. Okay, so I find the length of AD using sine rule. Okay, so that means, but I need another length, right? So I would like to use the length for CD, which is 120 meter. Okay, so what is the corresponding angle of the AD? So should be 19 degrees, so sine 19 degree. Okay, so how about the corresponding angle for 120? So should be this angle, right? Should be this angle. Okay, then we can, how we get to this angle? We can actually get this angle first. Okay, 180 minus 47, so you're going to have 133. And once you get this angle, you get this angle as well, which is 28, right? Okay, so that means here will be sine 28 degree. Okay, so I managed to get AD, okay, as a sine 19 degree times 120 over sine 28. So which I get it as 83.22 meter. Okay, so I get 83.22 meter for AD. Okay, so now I can using sine rule to find the height. Okay, I can using the sine rule to find the height. So, okay, it's still the sine rule. Okay, so the height will be AB. So if I'm using sine rule, the corresponding angle will be 47. Okay, then equals to, okay, I need the length, right? Okay, so I take the length for AD. Okay, length for AD, which is 83.22. Okay, divided by the angle, corresponding angle, which is sine 90 degree. Okay, so when I solve for AB, I get it as a 60.86 meter. Okay, 60.86 meter. So for him, Junho also get the same answer, but he using the tangent to do it. Okay. So there are many ways to do it, okay? Okay, so this is a way of using the sine rule. Okay, is that clear for number 5?
Clear, Miss?
Okay, clear. Okay, then I will move on to question 6. Okay, so for questions number 6, Okay, so for questions number 6, a man cycles 24 km due south, due south, and then 20 km due east. Okay, so then another man, okay, starting at the same time as the first man, we assume they start at the same location. Cycles 32 km due east and then 7 km due south. Okay, so find the distance between the two men in a km. Okay, so now this is a direction. Okay, so this is the north, this is the south, this is the west, this is the east. Okay? Okay, so now start with the first man. Okay? Cycles 24 km due south and then go to east. So let's say start from here. Okay? Then 24 km to the south. Okay? Then 20 km to east. Okay? Okay, so this is his location. Okay, for first man, let's say man number 1. Okay, so next one. Okay, another man. Okay, so another man starting at the same time as the first man and cycles same location. Okay, cycles 32 km due east. That means 32 to the east. So let's say 32 km and then 7 km to the south. Okay, so let's say here, 7 km. So this is a location for the second man. Okay, so now find the distance between the two men. So that means this is the distance that you need to find. Okay, so this is a distance that you need to find. Okay, okay, so now from here I can try to draw a triangle. Okay, right angle triangle, right? Okay, so what is the informations we can put about the triangle? Okay, so can you see here is a 24 km, right? But here is 7. So that means over here, what is the length here, students? Anyone?
17.
17, correct. Okay, then how about the length here?
12.
Okay, 12 km. Yes. Okay, then I think we can solve using the theorem of Pythagoras, right? Okay, to find the length here. So that means the distance, okay, will be 12 square plus 17 square. Okay, so we get 20.81 km. Okay, so this is a simple one, right? Okay. Okay, yep. Okay, questions. Okay, about 3:30. So maybe I give you a short break before we continue for the rest of the question. So already done number 6. So later we'll continue for the rest of it. Okay. So 10 minutes break. Okay.
Miss, just want to
Yes.
ask one more thing. I think question 9 supposed to have 2 answers also.
Oh, question 9 should have 2 answers. Hold on.
Yeah, you already give the distance. You just need to give the speed of the ship also.
Oh, okay. So I miss out the speed. Okay, the speed of the ship is distance 129.9 t. The speed, okay. So the speed is actually 4.57 km per hour. Okay, 4.57 km per hour. Okay, students, I miss out the answer for this one. Okay. Okay, so let's have a 10 minutes break. So I will continue after 10 minutes. Hi, let's continue. Okay, so let me take the attendance first. So you are T4, okay. $2:30. Oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow is a holiday, so tomorrow we have no class. Okay, this we only have class on Monday. Okay, take your attendance. $11, 4 present, 4 absent. David, Kritakon, Muhammad Saad, Samuel.
I'm here, Miss. I need to scrub before I.
Sorry, yeah, Samuel, is it?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, Samuel is here. The rest, Muhammad Saad, Kritakon, and David, not here. Okay.
Miss Kritakan was here earlier.
Yeah, I remember I called him, okay, but maybe he's still having his break, not coming back yet. Okay, so I just hold on for the attendance first. Saad is here also. Okay. But David is not here. Okay, so let's continue. For question number, okay, 6 already done. So next will be questions 7. Okay, so for questions number 7, right? Okay, the elevation of a tower from 2 points Okay, Cryptocon just came back. Okay, I take your attendance. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so the elevation of a tower from 2 points, one due east of the tower and the other due west of it is 20 degree and 24 degree. Okay, so that means the 2 points, okay, one is at the east of the tower, the other's one at the west of the tower, okay, respectively, and the 2 points of elevation are 300 meter apart. That means the distance between the 2 points is 300 meter. Okay, so that means, so this is the one. Okay, let's say this is a tower. Okay, let's say this is a tower, right? Okay, then one due east, okay, of the tower, so the others is west. Due east is actually with 20 degree of elevation, okay, 20 degree of elevation, okay. Then the others one due west is 24. Okay, so this one 24 degree elevation, right? Okay, and okay, they say 2 points. They are 300 meter apart. So these are the 2 points, right? Okay, so that means 300 meter apart. Okay, then determine the height of the tower in meter. So that means, let's say this is the height of the tower that you need to determine. Okay, so this is the height of the tower you need to determine. So let's say I label them as A, B, C, D. Okay, so that means you need to find the height of the tower. Okay, so this is the about the question. Okay, then let's find the answers. Okay, how we solve these questions. Okay, so now for these questions, right? So here should be the 90 degree, right? 90 degrees. So that's all are the informations that we have. Okay, so how we going to find, okay, the height of the tower here? Okay. Okay, so here we can actually apply the, even though we deal with the right angle triangle, okay, but for the informations that we have, right, the 300 meter is distance between BC. Is not the distance of the right angle triangle, so we can't use it, use a tangent, sine, cosine to actually solve it. Okay, so what I can do right here is, okay, so I can actually find the length of AC, okay, the length of AC, so that later I can, using the length of the AC with the sine rule to solve for the height, which is AB. Okay, so now how I actually find the AC? Okay, so to find AC, right, the corresponding AC is here, right? Okay, the corresponding angle is 90 degrees, so sine 90 degree. Okay, so next I can use another length. I need another length, right, which is 300 meter. That's the only length I have from the triangle. Okay, then I need this angle. Okay, so I need this angle. So what is this angle? Okay, so since I have the angle at angle B is 24, angle C is 20, so 180 minus 24 and 20, so I get 136 degree here. So that means here I can, the corresponding angle is 136. So sine 136. So from here, I can solve for AC. So I don't actually write the details. You should know how to find the AC. Okay, so AC, I managed to calculate as 175.66, okay, meter, okay, 175.66 meter. Then I can proceed. Okay, so here is 175.66. So I can proceed to find the height. Okay, so to find the height, okay, so my height is to find, I'm using sine rule as well. Okay, which is AD over the corresponding angle for the AD. So I'm using 20 degree. So sine 20 degree then equals to what is the length I can use. Okay, I use AC 175.66 and the corresponding angle is 90 degree, sine 90 degree. So from here I solve for AD. So which is 60.08 meter. Okay, 60.08 meter. Okay. Okay, so is that clear for question 7?
Miss,
Mm.
I miss.
Yes.
Like, why you the AC divided by sine 90, right? Why you cannot use sine 24?
Okay, so okay, sorry again. You say sine 24.
Yeah,
You
sine
means
24.
you means to find AD, is it?
Find AC.
Oh, find AC. Okay, find AC. You can use
Yes, miss.
Okay, wait. Okay, so because I'm using the, can you see my 300 here? My 300 is here. Then the corresponding angle must be 136. Can you see I'm using this one? Okay, this is the only length I have. Then the corresponding angle must be here. Okay.
Excuse me, miss, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Miss, if you use the 300 meter, so this means that if you use 90 degree, sine 90, this means you need to use half of 300 meter.
Half 200 meter, where you get 200 meter?
No. So miss, half of the 300 meter, I mean. As we are finding the AC, yeah?
Okay.
And you use the 90 degree.
Okay, can you see? This part is not half of the 300 meter. Okay, this part and this part is not half of the 300 meter. Can you see here is 24, here is 20 degree. Okay, so with the height here, we won't know what is the length for each part. Okay, we don't know what is the length here and also the length here. And some more, there are different angle. So it's not the half.
Miss,
Okay.
Right now, if you use 300 is the big triangle, so you must use the angle, like the three angle you must use for the big triangle must be 136,
yes.
24, and 20. But then in your calculation, you put sine 90, not sine 24.
Wait.
If you put sine 20, I put sine 24 and my answer came out as
okay, sorry.
175.6.
Yeah.
Yes, miss,
I get
same
what
here,
you're trying to say. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is a triangle of ABC. Okay, my mistake. So I'm using the big triangle ABC. So sine 300, 136. So AC will be 24, correct? Okay. Yep. Okay, you are right. Okay, so should be 24. Sorry. Okay. So any other question?
Miss, just saying, I think you can use the trigo rule where right angle triangle for the second part.
For the second, okay, for the second part, you use the theorem Pythagoras. Are you trying to say?
Not Pythagoras theorem. The one where you can use on right angle triangle, the one using sine, cos, or tangent.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that will be shorter.
Okay. So there's another student suggests for the second part of the solution using the sine, tangent, cos. Okay. So what is the sine or tangent or cos you can use right here? Is that possible? Yeah, I think yes, right? Okay, so the height is AD. If I'm using 20 degree, okay, 20 degrees, so will be opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so which is the, what should we use, students? Anyone? If 20, alternate way? It's a sine 20, right? Okay, so sine 20 over equals to AD over 175.66. Okay, so you will also get the answer. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is another alternate way. Okay, as I say, there are many ways to actually do it. Okay, so, okay, 7 done. Move on to number 8. Okay, thanks for the suggestion. Okay, so for questions 8, right? Okay, I think questions 8, we need to explain a bit about the problems here. Okay, so let me draw out the triangle, okay, for these problems. Okay, once you understand the scenario here, yeah, so questions 8 is a bit confusing on the problems given. So you may not know which angles are referring to, okay? But I think after I drawing out, then you will understand better. The solution actually is not difficult, but I think to understand the question. Okay, from a window of 4.2 meter above horizontal ground, okay, so that means say there is a window. Okay, so this is a window. Okay, and this window is 4.2 meter. Okay, so this window is 4.2 meter above the horizontal ground. So this one is a horizontal ground. Okay, so let's say this is a window. Okay. Okay, now the angle of depression of the foot of a building across the root. So let's say this is a root. This is a root. Okay, so across the root, there is another building here. Okay, so this is another building across the root. Okay, so this one is the building. Okay, then what is the next? Okay, the angle of depression of the foot of a building across the root is 24 degrees. So that means from the window, okay? So let's say I take this one. Depression. Foot of the window is here. Sorry, foot of the building is here, right? So this is the angle of depression, 24 degrees. Okay, 24 degrees. Okay, and the angle of elevation of the top of the building is 34. So let's say top is here, right? So let's say here is 34 degrees. Okay, 24, 34. To the top of the building, 34. To the bottom of the building, 24. Okay, of course, my drawing not so nice, but you can try to understand, right? Okay, so here is definitely 90 degrees. Okay. So this is a horizontal line, okay, 90 degrees. Okay, now, okay, determine the width of the root and the height of the building in meter. So there are two requirements here. Oh, I didn't give you the answer for the width of the root. Okay, so you need to find the width of the root and the height of the building. That means you need to find what is the width here. Okay, and then what is the height of the building. So this is what you need to find. Okay, this is what you need to find. Okay, so now, okay, so if we want to find the, okay, so can you see since the height of the window is 4.2, so that means here is actually 4.2 as well. Can you see? Okay, here is 4.2. Huh? Okay, the height here is 4.2 as well. Okay, so with this 4.2, I think you can able to find the width of the root. So because the width of the root is actually here. Okay, so this is the width. This is the width of the root. Okay, this one is the width of the root. Huh? Okay. So now, okay, we can using the sine, tangent, cosine to actually find the width of the root. But let's say I label them, okay? I label this one as a W, the width of the root. Okay. W, so this one is W, right? Okay, the width of the root. So how to find the width of the root? Okay, so can I use a 24 degree? What is a sine, tangent, or cos should I use?
Tangent.
Tangent. Okay. So if I use tangent of 24 degree, it will be 4.2 over W. So I can solve W equals to 4.2 over tangent 24 degree. Okay. So that means I will get, okay, 9 point. What is your answer, students?
9.43.
Okay, 9.43, huh? Okay, so 9.43 meter. Okay, so I get W as a width as a 9.43, the width of the root, huh? Okay. Okay, so next one, the questions require you to find the height of the building. Okay, height of the building. So before you can find the height of the building, I think we already know 4.2, but we need to know what is the length here. Okay, so in order to know height of the building. So the length here can be found after we know what is the values for W. W is 9.43, right? So we can use the angle of 34. So let's say the height here, I put it as an X, okay? So what is the sine, tangent, or cosine triangle that I need to use to find the X? Anyone? 34 degree?
Tangent.
Tangent as well, okay? Tangent 34 will be equals to X over 9.43. So I can find X as 9.43 times tangent 34. So which I will get, what is the answer? Anyone?
6.36 meters.
Okay, 6.36 meter, yes, correct. Okay, then I can get the height of the building. So the height of the building will be X plus 4.2. So I get the answer, which is 10.56, and I provide this answer already. Okay? But I didn't provide this one. Okay? Okay, so is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yes, okay, miss.
okay. So next question. Okay, for questions number 9. Okay, for questions number 9, right? The angle of depression of a shape will at a particular instant from the top of a 75 meter vertical cliff is 30 degree. Okay, so the depression, depression. Okay, so find the distance of the ship from the base of the cliff at this instant, and the ship is sailing away from the cliff at constant speed, and 1 minute later its angle of depression from the top of the cliff is 20. So determine the speed of the ship in km per hour. So you have to take note, what is the unit that required from the speed here. Okay, so let me draw out the, okay, so wait, I have a space here. Okay, so I have not enough space. Okay. Okay, so the vertical cliff is actually 75-meter height. So let's say this is a cliff. Okay, 75 meter. So they say angle of depression of a ship view at the particular instance from the top of the cliff is actually 30 degree. So that means, let's say is here. Okay, wait. Okay, so at this point, so they say depression, so look down, right? So what is, where is the 30 degree? The 30 degree must be measured on the horizontal line. So that means here is 30 degree, okay? So this is the bottom, okay? 90 degree. Okay, then find the distance of the ship from the base of the cliff at this instant. Okay, so now you need to find the distance. Drawing it is hardest, okay? So you need to find the distance first, okay? So let's say I label it as A, B, C. Okay, before we move on to the rest of the part, so let's say we solve this part first, okay? Find the distance, Okay, so that means we need to find the BC, okay? To find BC. Okay, so to find BC, here is 30, that means here is 30 degree as well. So here is 90 degree. So here will be 60 degree. Okay, okay. So now for this one, I think we can solve using cosine tangent, right? So what can we solve? Okay, if we want to find, okay, we can use tangent 30 degree, okay? So tangent 30 degree, which is 75 over BC. So BC will be equals to, okay, 75 divided by tangent 30. Okay, so you get BC as 129.9. Okay, Samuel also sharing the same things. Okay, meter. Okay, so this is the distance. Okay, done. Okay, next one. Okay, the ship is sailing away. Okay, that means more far away from the cliff at the constant speed. And 1 minute later, its angle of depression from the top of the cliff is 20 degree. So the ship sailing away for 1 meter. 1 minute later. Okay. So that means after 1 minute, maybe he already reached to another point here. So let's say this is point D. Okay, now this is the angle of the depression. Okay, angle of the depression reduced to 20 already. Small far away, okay, 20. Okay, so here will be 20 as well, right? Okay, so now determine the speed of the ship in km per hour. Okay, so that means right now you need the distance, right? You need the distance travel, okay? You need the distance travel. in 1 minute. So can you see from here to here, he used 1 minute. Okay, so we already know the time. So the speed is actually distance divided by the time. So you need to know what is the distance here from D to C. That means you need to find CD. Okay, what is the distance of CD? Okay, so how we actually find the distance of CD? Okay, so, okay, say I'm using, okay, what can I use for the, okay, just now we get one, BC is 129.9, huh? Okay, this distance, okay, then I can, okay, so tangent 20 is actually equals to 75 meter divided by the distance here CD plus 129.9. Okay, 129.9. So we need to solve this. Okay, so CD plus 129.9 will be equals to 75 divided by tangent 20. Okay, so we will continue to solve for the CD. Okay, 75 divided by tangent 20, 206.06. So CD will be equals to 206.06 minus 129.9. So will be 76.16. Okay, 76.16. Okay, so I get the distance, okay, 76.16. So the next is to get the speed. Okay, the speed is to get the distance, okay, divided by the 1 minute, but they require km per hour, right? So, but what is the unit of the distance here? Is in meter. This one is in meter, huh? Okay, so the distance from here to here, 76.16. So you need to divide it by 1,000. Okay, 76.16, you need to divide it by 1,000. So this is for the distance. And then the duration, 1 minute, right? So you need it in the hour. So 1/60 minutes, 1 hour 60 minutes. Okay, so then you calculate to get the speed, okay, which is 4.57 km per hour. Okay, 4.57 km per hour. Okay, is that okay? Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Clear? Okay, this part convert to km, this part convert to hour. Okay, so next. Okay, next is for question 10. So for questions 10, is that okay? Because this one is not involve any problem. So it's already, triangle is already given. You can using cosine rule, you can using sine rule to actually solve it. Is there any problem for questions 10?
All clear, miss.
All clear for number 10. Huh? Okay, by the way, I want you to upload your the questions that we discussed today, okay, at the end of the class, okay, including the one that I explained. Okay, so because number 10 is very straightforward, okay, so maybe I can leave it to you. Then how about the questions 11, the area? Hold on, for questions 10A, can I have students to... Okay, for 10A and 10B, can I have 2 students to post their solution? 10A and 10B, yeah? Okay, so Jing Yan, can you post for 10A? Wei Huan, 10B? Have you done? Two of you? 10A and 10B? Can you reply me in the chat box? Have you done? Yes, okay, so Jingyan, you just post a photo for 10A. Then how about another students? Wei Huan? Yes, okay, so give me the answers for 10A, 10B. Okay, so the rest I leave it to you. Okay, sorry, you post your solution, 10A and 10B. Okay, while waiting for the solution for the two of them, so we look at questions 11. Okay, 11 is to determine the area. So since you are not dealing with the right angle triangle, okay, so you need to use this formula. Okay, the formulas of this one. Okay, you need to use this formula to solve it, right? Okay, and then can I have another students to share this solution as well? Okay, so maybe I just need one of them. Okay, so can I have questions B? Man Heng, have you done 11B? Can you share the photo of your solution? Man Heng, 11B? Yes, okay, so share the photo of your solution for 11B, okay? Okay, so if any of you have any questions on 10 and 11, which question you want me to discuss, you let me know, okay? Okay, by the way, so while waiting for the solution from the students for 10 and 11, okay, we have questions 20 all the way to, sorry, not 20, 12 until 20. So may I know which questions you have a problem, especially the questions of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Which questions you want me to discuss?
17. Okay.
Sorry?
17. 17.
17, okay,
17, 18. Yeah.
17, 18, okay.
Yeah.
So I take note on this one, 17, 18. Okay, so if we can't discuss it today, then will be next week, because tomorrow is holiday. So question 17 and 18, Okay, so before that, let me have a look with the solution from students. 10A, okay. Okay, so this is a solution for 10A. Okay, so for these questions, right? Okay, we can't using sine rule because we only have none of the side of the triangle is given. So, but I have no choice to using the cosine rule. Okay, so here he using cosine rule. Okay, so x squared equals to 22 squared plus 28 squared minus 2 times 22, 28 cos 97. So because 97 degree is a corresponding angle for the x, correct. So he solved it to get 37.66. Yep. correct? Okay. Okay, so next one. Okay, done. Okay. Day one. Okay, for B, yeah. Okay, so this one is a 10B. Okay, so for 10B, then for these questions, you have all the length of the sides, but except the angle. Okay, so since only have one angle, we can't using sine rule. Okay, so we can use the cosine rule. Okay, so we need to find P. So this is the angle we find, and we have all the length of the sides. So 7 square equals to 5 square. Okay, so the cos P, right? Okay, the P, the corresponding side is actually 7, right? Okay, so 7 square equals to 5 square plus 8 square minus 2 times 5 times 8 cos P. So you need to solve this for the P, and he managed to solve it as a 60. Yes, correct. Okay. Oh, Manheng has problems for question B, is it? Okay. Okay, so for questions 10, I would like to see your workings. This one I don't discuss, but you need to upload your solution. Okay, so for those haven't done number 10, today I will require you to upload your solution up to 11. Okay, up to 11. Okay, so if let's say today can't, okay, upload all, then by this week. Okay, so just now I asking for question 11B, right? Okay, so for questions 11B, right? If you want to use the, okay, solutions coming already. Okay, so for questions 11, okay, so you have to find the angle for the Z first before you can use the formula to find the area. Okay, so since you have all the sides except, but you don't have any other angle, so you cannot use sine rule, you have to use the cosine rule. Okay, using cosine rule to find the Z. Okay, so the corresponding side for the Z, angle Z is actually the length of 6. So 6 square equals to 12 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 12 times 10 cos Z, correct? Okay, then solve for the Z. Okay, Z is 29.93, correct? Okay, but this is not complete. Okay, this is not complete. Okay, you still need to find the area. Okay, the question asks you to determine the area, so you still need to proceed to find the area. So area will be equals to, okay, 1/2 multiply with, okay, so we can take this angle 29.93. Is it 93? Okay, 29.93 multiplied with the two sides here, right? Okay, which is the 12. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, this one is the angle, huh? Okay. So the length, okay, I'm using this one and this one, 12 times 10, okay, then multiply with the sine of the angle, 29.93, okay, 29.93. So your answer is 29.94. Okay, 29.94. Okay. It so happened that the answers for the area is very close with the answer for the angle. Okay. Yep. Okay. So you find the area. Okay, so I think the formula shared by Ilalam is actually rearranging the formula, right? Okay, it's just rearranging the formula for the cosine rule. Okay, rearranging the formula from cosine rule. Okay, so I leave it to you. Okay, so whether you want to, okay, using that, or you just need to solve it from the cosine rule, is actually the same. Okay, so 4:30 already. Okay, so for today, I want all of you to upload your solution up to questions 11. Okay, up to questions 11. Okay, so since some of you say there is other problems for 17 and 18, 17 and 18 I'm going to discuss in the other class, next class. Okay, so the rest I continue. 12 to 20. 20 should be 1920 should be not much of the problem, okay? But I want to see your solution. Okay, so, okay, a reminder where to upload your solution. So this is week 2, right? So please upload your classwork. I didn't create a folder because week 2 we only have one class. Okay, yeah, some of the students already upload their solution. So just upload it here. Okay, at least until questions 11. Okay. Okay, so if let's say not by today, by this week. Okay, any questions before we dismiss the class? 17, 18, I will discuss in next week.
No question, miss.
No question, Okay, then for this case, then I will dismiss the class today. Okay, so I will see you again next week. So next week, for the first hour, we try to clear the rest of the question. Okay, and then we will continue with the lecture slides. Okay, next Monday. So tomorrow is a holiday. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Okay, bye students. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, miss. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, miss.
Yeah,
Thank you, miss.
bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
Bye.